Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute actually since I reviewed a beer, just kind of drinking a little bit less and doing a lot of other things that don't revolve around drinking craft beer as of late. So here we are going to go to the cellar on this one, guys, because I really haven't had much luck reviewing my aged stouts. I figured it out along the way. I'm kind of upset by it. A lot of them did not turn out, you know, the ones that were 5, 6, 7 years old, they just did not taste good. But where I have had some success was craft beer that was in a can. So this one is from Oddside Ales, the Nightman Leaveth. This is an imperial rye milk stout with vanilla beans aged in rye whiskey barrels. I do remember having this and really enjoying it 4 or 5 years ago. And as we go to the bottom, manufactured 10/20/20. So today is February what? 18th, 19th, February 19th, 2025. So this is, you know, almost 4.5 years old, time of recording. Again, I did like this fresh. I seem to like aged stouts a lot less than I once did. I like them when they're fresh. I like them when they're robust. I love it when they're a little bit hot and warm. But nonetheless, I did have some success with aging my stouts in cans, right? So they held up better. It didn't oxidize as quickly. And the ones in the bottles I found to be a little bit more terrible, really. That's how they age, not so well. But the Nightman Leaveth, I remember liking this one back in the day, guys. We're going to give this a little bit of a taste today with you guys and see, did it age well or not? Again, 4.5 years old, time of recording, and I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to go to the pop. Look at that pop. And that's why I feel like I have a good feeling about this one. It's been in the darkness. It's been in my closet. It has not been refrigerated. It's probably under 60 degrees in that closet right now. I would say it's like probably 55 degrees on the ground in there. It's quite cold in the basement. That's where I'm recording. Let's go to the pour. Let's see what we're working with. And again, I have not been drinking too much craft beer, guys. I don't know what it is. Kind of on a bourbon kick. Kind of on just drinking less as of right now. No real reason for it, but I'll tell you what, I do need to lose some weight, so wouldn't hurt to drop some pounds. So let's get this little look here. We got some darkness when I poured it. Not crazy viscosity. It's not oily. It's not like a Bourbon County beer, but it's 11%. I guess I didn't mention that. And again, we aged this imperial milk stout to perfection in rye whiskey barrels and added vanilla beans. The result is slightly sweet, smooth, creamy stout with an underlying rye sweet and spicy finish. So I do like rye barrels, and I do tend to enjoy that quite a bit when they're in my stouts. So again, this one doesn't seem that viscous, doesn't seem very thick when I poured it, or oily. It looks like, honestly, a glass of cola with a little red tinge in it. And you guys probably can't even see that red tinge, but it's so faint, almost a little amber touch to it. Let's get a nose. Had dissipated really fast. I don't think that happened the first time around. I can't remember. I thought I was trying to touch up on that video. I don't remember looking at the video that closely. Wow, so rye barrel's kind of shot, man. I don't get a lot of that rye spice or that peppercorn that I maybe once did. It smells like Coca-Cola and like lactose for a moment. I don't know. It's probably the vanilla beans, I guess, playing a role. The vanilla's kind of weird. It's kind of like got this like, it smells like vanilla Coke. That's what it kind of smells like. Vanilla Coke with a weird small peppercorn finish to it. It's just an odd smell. I don't remember it smelling like this. Maybe this didn't age well. I'm kind of worried about it. Yeah, I mean, it just smells like there's a dose of like milk and Coca-Cola. I don't know, man. It doesn't smell that great. It doesn't smell that great. The Nightman Leaveth. Oddside. Cheers. Pray for me. Let's go. Cheers. That's why I don't like doing these anymore. A little bit of rye whiskey kind of touch to the back end, but it's not hot. It's super smooth, actually. Maybe a touch oxidized, I want to say, but it's not terrible. Let me warm back up to this again. Again, this has not been in the fridge either. There's a small, subtle rye peppercorn spice to this. A little bit of that tingy, spicy woodiness. A little bit of earthy, kind of milky finish as well on the back end. It's not hot at all. I mean, there's a little bit of warmth going down the chest. You can tell it's a big beer, 11%. Not a small beer by any means. It's that like lactosey vanilla milk sweetness, I think, is like less creamy and more faded than it once was, if I had to state from memory, or maybe just beers I've had from outside over the years. I tend to like these more when they're fresh. It's just like the rye is kind of obliterated. The milk comes off kind of like, not spoiled, but it just comes across degraded and not so smooth like it once was. I feel like this used to have like a better mouthfeel to it. Again, I could tell almost by the head retention, it came across like more acidic, more pop-like than a, creamy, milky stout. It's not that it's bad. There's a little bit of dark fruits in there. And again, just a little tickle in the back end, almost like a little, serrano pepper in the back end, but it's not hot by any means. It's very faded, almost too faded, right? And we're reaching like almost a point of like degradation, in my opinion. Do these last forever? My opinion's no. They just don't. Is this the worst one I've had in my cellar? Absolutely not. This one's held up better than others. I do attribute that to this being in a can. I think that matters. A little of like cocoa nibs, a little bit of dark chocolate, some baker's chocolate in there, baker's chocolate. Again, this like woody dryness, earthy kind of spice that's faded on the back end comes across just kind of dull, right? Not too sharp. So the adjuncts in here, or the ingredients that I kind of like in this, kind of faded. Again, not so creamy. Comes off more like flat carbonated pop. The milk kind of faded, right? Still kind of sweet, but not as delicate to the palate. And again, you get that rye peppercorn that's, again, kind of like been demolished, just a shadow of itself. Not that it's bad, and not that there's like too much oxidation where it's unattractive to your palate. It just comes across dull and flat, not that tasty at the end of the day, compared to probably where I once had this beer. And I do believe I rated this like a 4.3. Because I did really enjoy it, because I love these ingredients, man. Vanilla beans, it's sweet dullness. Rye whiskey, it's there. Again, just kind of faded, right? Which does add to drinkability in some token, but this comes across just flat and dull, not so enjoyable as it once did. There's a subtle creaminess that's still there. Again, it's just all those things that were awesome in this. Strong, fresh, bold, just flat, and then you're ending with like literally like a flat pop with a touch of lactose. That's how this comes across to me, with a touch of like peppercorn spice in the back end. Is this enjoyable? It's okay. Is it better fresh? Absolutely. And that's why, guys, it pains me to do these reviews, even though I know they're informative to you guys. But in my opinion, unless you're like leaving it in the fridge, these aren't that fun. I mean, I don't like aging my stouts anymore, even the bourbon counties. I like them fresh. Maybe like 6 months out, they're good. I prefer to drink them fresh. That's my opinion on this. Is this beer good? It's okay. I'm gonna go like 3.7 out of 5, just because I want the things that it has in it, and they're gone. They're just a shadow of themselves. So this used to be amazing. It's just okay now, at best. Truly, it's not bad. It's just I'd like more roast. That never really had this. It's a milk stout. So I did enjoy these fresh ingredients when they were there popping at my palate. So 3.7 out of 5, almost 5 years aged, guys, the Nightman Leaveth. Drink it fresh. At least that's my opinion, and that's how I feel about it, and I'm sticking to it. So that's where I'm at. Thank you so much for being here, guys. It's another episode of Port Michigan Reviews. Thank you so much. Prost. Cheers. Yamas. If you're going to drink a beer, and it's a stout, maybe drink it fresh. Cheers.